Oh, g'day. Glad you joined me. My man may as well have a couple of words to say. The other day I was on Indy's channel and I had a cup of coffee in with a phone in my left hand and a cup of coffee in my right. I'm watching Indy's show. I don't know, half hour or something into it. I've taken a sip of my coffee and it's like covered my face and whatnot. And I looks back down at my phone. You've timed Richard Rutherford out for 300 seconds. No, I didn't. So, short of the third-degree burns and the energy involved in trying to correct that monument mistake, I couldn't. There was nothing I could do. It wasn't me. So then, whilst I'm freaking out, my phone starts going ballistic. And it's like, what's going on? I don't understand technology. I don't get it. I understand we have to move with the times. I understand that we have to involve it in our lives. But I don't get it. So I had to shut the phone off. I put it down for a couple of hours and then I've come back and I'll have a look at it. It seems to be okay. So then I've rewatched the show. This was the next day, I beg your pardon. Meanwhile, Mario's got hold of me. He said, what are you doing? I said, what do you mean? He said, what's going on with Indy? She's emailed me and it's not cool. I said, dude, it wasn't me. So then I've rewatched the show. I can't apologise because I didn't do it. If it was done mistakenly in some manner with a phone in this hand and a coffee cup in this one, well then, okay. But I did not do it intentionally, nor on purpose. Same thing, I suppose. So anyway, Indy, I did not do that. I did leave a message on your chat. Obviously, you didn't read that. And it's strange how much people don't read. But what I do want to do is when I did go back to Indy's chat, I know it was actually on Susie's chat this time, I noticed the subject came up. And many people commented on it not being my persona. I'm not that way inclined. I'm not here to destroy the Forest Fence Chase. I'm here to get it through the roof. Thank you to those people that believe I'm a person of good character. Thank you. So moving forward, what an awesome day today is. The weather's awesome. There is not a cloud in the sky. It just doesn't exist. I'm a bit lower than the hill today. So you can't see off the hill out to the ocean. I'm down in a valley to get out of the wind. The wind's blowing quite harsh. You wouldn't have been able to hear this video. So anyway, today marks the 13th day of December, and it is my presently 6:30, 6:45 in the morning AM. The reason I say that day is because tonight, my time, there is an event taking place in our universe. It happens on a regular basis, but that's not what this is about. This event tonight coincides with another event that's been taking place for a long time, which is yet to reach its pinnacle. So this is a ride that's it's on the way up. It's not quite there yet. If we are correct, it's not far away. But I don't want anyone to miss what's going on tonight. And you should be able to see it from over in America. It's the Geminid meteor shower. And they're calling for 100 meteorites an hour at the peak, which is tonight after I think it's visible after the sun goes down, it gets dark. But I think there's sort of a pinnacle around about the 2 a.m, from anywhere from 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. on the 14th. And it's in the this is the Geminids, so with a D and an S, D's, I think, is what Forrest was praying for. I prayed for D's and no one listened. This is an undeniable event. And I believe what's going to happen is Forrest has utilised the planets as a vault. Imagination is more important than knowledge. So if Forrest has used this as a vault, and let's call it a time vault, so it's a time lock. I said way back that it's like Marty McFly getting that telegram on the side of the road 40 years later. And this event does that. This event will give you a position on the chain of events from this lead to a position on Earth. Undeniable. Undeniable. It takes a little while to get there, though. That's the problem. So here's what I think has happened. And when I say I mean we. We as in Mario and myself. Let's imagine that TTOTC was written and released the day it was. Let's imagine that TTOTC hit the bookshelves the next day. Let's also imagine that the smartest person on the planet was able to work out what Forrest wanted the very next day after the book was released. Let's also imagine that the event approaching is the time lock opening. There's a reason for that. So this event that's going to take place on Earth, and it has happened every other December. So why this year? because you've got the planet conjunction as well. Just give me 2 seconds. I've got a little list over here. I'll be back in a moment. We're back. So let's imagine that this planet conjunction, and these things have all happened in December. But don't forget, for a clock to work, you've got to wind it up. It's got to be wound up. That spring's got to be tight so the clock can work. So these events haven't happened yesterday or today. They've taken a long time to get to this point. You've got the planet conjunction as well this month. And I believe that hits its pinnacle on the 18th. And it includes the planets, the sun. I'm not labelling the sun a planet, don't get me wrong. I'm just trying to get this information into the video ASAP. Sun, Mercury, Mars, Saturn, Jupiter, and I think Pluto is on it, but it's way out there. But it's in a line. It's all in a line. That is why this year, 2021, is the year I think Forrest has chosen for this clock to open. Now from this, go backwards. On the 4th of this month, December 2021, we had a solar eclipse. I was quite excited. Little did I know that where I am, I was not able to see it. I had to be on the southern eastern end of Australia to have a glimpse of the eclipse. It is what it is. Keep coming back. I think that date might be wrong. On the 7th was the 12th month anniversary of Jack coming out to claim he was the finder of the chest. I think I can work out what's gone on here. But I'll leave that to your imagination. On the 6th of June 2020 was also an eclipse. But it was a lunar eclipse, not a solar eclipse, as in this month, in December 2021. So basically what I'm saying is if these were your planets that are lining up, how can we do that, lining up? The day the chest was found the night before was a lunar eclipse. So the sun's covered the moon, well, the earth, however it bloody works. This end of it, where we are now in December, it was a solar eclipse. So lunar eclipse, solar eclipse. Here's all the planets lined up. And the sun and the moon are in them. In the afternoon, when I look out here to the west, the sun's going down on the horizon, and then you've got the string of planets on about that perspective. So there's the sun and the horizon, then you've got this string of planets running up through here. And in them is Jupiter and Saturn and Mars and Venus and etc. So if Forrest has used this as a time clock, and that pinnacle is in days to come, I'm picturing this chase, TTOTC chase, being over. The chase will never be over. Forrest said there's many more discoveries to discover. So the chase will never be over. So with the information that I'm putting out there, Mario and myself have delved into that poem, and it's been a major challenge. We're talking to each other across the other side of the world in great detail. That's hard. And I ain't tech savvy. I'm living out of a car. I got $8 to my name. So as far as hiding the chest is concerned, we can see a solution to this. These planets are in the poem. They're all in a line. They're in a conjunction. And the first planet up the top is Mercury in the Sun. Or the Sun in Mercury. I can't remember which way it is. There's that much rattling around inside this head. It's not funny. I haven't got a computer. I ain't got a memory bank. I got a phone. That's it. So, as I indicated, the information that we have received out of that poem tells a story like no other. And if this is going where we think it's going, it's off the hook. It's the world's biggest treasure hunt. Even the other day when that video came out, the end game, it said, congratulations to those that kept digging. And I started to think about that. And it can only come down to what we were saying. There's the chest and there's the treasure. When the chest was found, everybody stopped. But to those that kept digging, congratulations. So this is the treasure. When Forrest said way back, when the treasure is found, I will announce it on all the national TV stations, whatever that quote was. I said that to K-Pro a while back. And she said, no, I think it did, Dave. I think it did get done. And I tried to say, no, it hasn't. So this is it. If we've read the poem correctly, we still have a spot. So even if it's not today, tomorrow, the next day, or whatever, or the entanglement, we still have a spot. Like I said, I don't have a computer. I've got a notepad and a phone. That's it. Notes get shuffled, notes get juggled, this gets taken out, that gets put in, this gets arranged. It doesn't stop. So I put to you this. What if Forrest has got something? So remember, he's not qualified. He's not a qualified archaeologist. The only thing he's qualified at is life experience and a pilot. I'm not saying they're his maximum qualifications. I'm saying at a minimum, that's what he's got. But he was well acknowledged for documenting things when he found things. And that's what the poem was all about. When you go, Mario done a video on it. When you go in and find something somewhere and you grid it out and you run a grid line, you put imaginary lines or use a theodolite and grid it out, do it properly, whatever it takes. And you're right, that's your box, you dig there. And you find something, or you don't. And then old mate over here, he's digging over there. And old mate over there, he's digging over there. But with today's technology, they're able to do that at a much more rapid pace. But remember, this book was written a long time ago. I believe Forrest got the original idea for this when he was 9 years old and he read the book, The Gold Bug. 100%. I believe that is where this come from. So this has been evolving since Forrest was 9 years old, in my opinion, and Mario's. So for it to end on an illicit point, fraud, unfaithful, you know where I'm coming from. That's not it. This is the fruition of Forrest Fenn's life. He has put this together from day one after reading that book, The Gold Bug. So all these people running around, he tried to make love to me, he tried to do this, he tried to do that, and he's fraud, and it's premeditated, and I said, stop. Stop. You're beyond help. You're not even thinking on the same page. Forrest has done something amazing. And at the other end of this, when this has all come to fruition, and it's not far away, I can see it. I don't think there's going to be a dry eye on the planet if what we think he's done, he has done. I can't say, yeah, it is definitely 100%, but I'm telling you right now. I wish Forrest was standing here. I could just pull him over and go, "G'day, Forrest, how you going?" Say good day to the world. But right now he's not. But I reckon he's here in spirit. The bullshit's got to stop. And I mean today. Forrest is here to change the world. And that's his, I wished I could have lived to do the things I was attributed to. So this meteor shower is December the 14th, Tuesday. 2 Ds. I prayed for D's. A Gemini meteor shower. Twins. I said it all along. It ain't over there under that tree. However that came out. I can't say we're correct. But if this is correct, it took every bit of my imagination and Mario's imagination to put this together. We had to check that we weren't lunatics. More than once. So I just thought I'd throw that out there. Thanks, guys. I didn't do that. Lindy was not me. Let's all get together, guys. Come in for a big team huddle. I didn't say cuddle, I said huddle. I'm not gay. But anyway, each to their own. But I'm not. End of story. And this would be also, just quickly, this would be why Forrest said, you're not going to find it where you think you're going to find it. And it would also answer the delay in answers because it couldn't come out until the time lock unlocked, which is when these planets all line up. And I think that is on the 18th. I could be wrong there. I can't remember. Remember, there's also a difference between my time and your time. I'm ahead of you guys by 12 hours. So I got tonight's lotto numbers. You haven't. Oh, yeah, Southern Cross. It's a pointer star. Southern Cross is our pointer star. At the end of the day, it guides us true south. It's the opposite to your North Star, which guides you true north. So north, south, equator, 45 lat, 45 lat south, 45 lat north. Wyoming, 45-degree river, Montana, Wyoming, 45 lat south, Australia. West Coast, Perth, I'm guessing 400 or 500 k's out, straight through the earth and come out at Wyoming. Yeah. I'm on a phone. I'm not on a computer. That's the way I see it, as above, so below. Many events going on. Oh, yeah, did we get to them? Many events going on. So you got the solar eclipse, you got the Gemini meteor shower, you got the full moon, which is the cold moon, by the way. Your effort will be worth the cold, which would mean that if you're braving in the wood was before this full moon coming up. The moon we're in now just so happens to be a beaver moon. The moon after the cold moon is the wolf moon. Oh, that is people going, yeah. That's my aberration. Could be wrong. Then you've got the Ursid meteor shower. That's another one. And while we're on there, if you have a look at the heliocentric solar system chart, you'll see exactly what I'm saying. Heliocentric solar system chart. Guys, I'll leave it there. I didn't want to be this long. Much love to everybody. Cupid's out there. It's bring it together, guys. Forrest is not a bad guy. He's a good guy. And he's doing this for humankind all over the planet. Bring it together, guys. Oh, Davey B out. Oh, with Mario as well. Davey B out.